Okay, first graders, we're moving on to chapter 5 in math. Now, in chapter 4, we started talking a bit about the relationship between addition and subtraction. And that is what we're really going to focus on here in chapter 5. So just to get us going, we're going to get our brains fresh, not only reviewing the subtraction we just finished working on, but also reviewing some addition. Okay, and some of the things we're going to be looking at in this chapter are how to tell when we read a story problem if we're supposed to use addition or subtraction to find our answer. So we're going to learn a lot of those tricks, and some of them will sound familiar. It's things we've talked about before, but now it's all going to be mixed together. So if you really learned it with us before, this will be pretty simple. If it's really hard for you to tell which is which, hopefully we'll be able to help you make more connections with that. Okay, we're going to start with one example right here. We have a symbol of the United States. We've seen this before. Okay, we saw this when we were talking about symbols. Does anybody remember what this is called? This is the Liberty Bell. Okay, if you got that right, pat yourself on the shoulder. Okay, so here we have the Liberty Bell. And I'm going to read a little story problem. And I want you to be thinking, do I need to use addition or subtraction to find the answer? Okay, so here's the little story. This is from Curious George down at the bottom. Children tap the Liberty Bell 4 times. Then they tap it 9 more times. How many times do the children tap the bell? Okay, use your hands to either make an addition symbol or a subtraction symbol. Which one do you think it is? Did you make an addition symbol? Okay, this is an addition story problem. We start with 4 and then we get 9 more. So our number is going to get bigger. The first part was 4, the second part was 9, and the whole number of times that the bell got tapped is 13. So if you had that figured out too, good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, open it up. We are going to look at these 2 pages. The first page is just a quick little review. And then the second page is focusing on the vocabulary that we will be using in this chapter. Okay, so number 1, we have a pencil and a crayon. So if you need to get those ready, then pause and show that you have your things. When you have your things, you can press play again. Okay, number 1. We have here some connecting cubes. Can you show that these connecting cubes are actually 1 plus 3? What do they equal? Put your answer on the line. You can just use your pencil to color these to show 1 plus 3. Okay, but we know we can add in any order. So if we have 1 plus 3, we can turn it around. Okay, moving the addends. Switching the addends does not change the sum. So if we switch those addends and turn it into 3 plus 1, what does it look like now? And what is the sum? Okay, moving down to number 2, count on to add, write each sum. Okay, so we just have 6 plus 3, and then on 3, 7 plus 1, and on 4, 8 plus 2. So use our strategy, count on, write the sum for number 2 and 3 and 4. Pause if you need more time. Okay, we can count on, but we can also count back. And that's what we're doing on 5, 6, and 7. Count back to subtract. Write each difference. So we have 5, 11 minus 2, 6, 8 minus 3, and 7, 9 minus 1. Okay, switch to your crayon. As soon as you are ready, if you need to pause for more time, then do. But if we're ready, let's continue, okay? So number 1, we want to show 1 plus 3 first. That is having us do 1 as the first addend and 3 as the second addend with a sum of 4. The second one says 3 plus 1, so I'll let the 3 stay and put my 1 at this end, but my sum stays the same. I can switch the addends, does not change the sum. Number 2, okay, we're counting on, which means we're going to count forward. We're getting bigger, we're putting the parts together. So we have 6 plus 3, 6 in the box, 3 outside, 6 in the box, 3 outside, 6 in the box, 3 outside, count on, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, number 3, 7 plus 1. 7 in the box, 1 outside, 7 in the box, 1 outside, 7 in the box, 1 outside, count on, 7, 8. 4, 8 plus 2. We'll start with 8 in the box, 2 outside, 8 in the box, 2 outside, 8 in the box, 2 outside, count on, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fix any of those that you need to. If they didn't need fixing, make sure you mark them with a star. If you fix it, then put a stair next to it, just as a reminder that that is a goal you are still climbing to reach. Okay? We all have things we're climbing to reach. We all have goals we're working on. Number 5, this time we're counting back. So we're going to have 11 in the box, take 2 out. 11 in the box, take 2 out. 11 in the box, take 2 out, count back. 11, back. 10, 9. Okay. 11 minus 2 equals 9. Now we have 8 minus 3, 8 in the box, take 3 out, 8 in the box, take 3 out, 8 in the box, take 3 out, count back, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I counted up. I did count on, we're counting back. Count back, let's try that again. 8 in the box, take 3 out, 8 in the box, take 3 out, 8 in the box, take 3 out, count back, 8, 7, 6, 5. Even teachers make mistakes sometimes. That's okay, silly Miss Turner. Okay, number 7, we have 9 in the box, take 1 out. 9 in the box, take 1 out. 9 in the box, take 1 out, count back, 9, 8. Okay, so again, fix those as you need. And then we'll put stairs or stars, whichever one you earned, whichever one you show. Okay. Now we're going to move over to the vocabulary. Let's look up in the yellow box. We have our review words. These are all words we've worked with before and which are very, very important for us to understand as we go into chapter 5. Okay, we need to be able to tell the difference between addition and subtraction. So if we're going to be doing addition, we better know which words we need. If we're going to be doing subtraction, we need to know which words we need. So we're going to look at each of these words and decide, is it an addition word or a subtraction word? So let's look at the first one. What does the first one say? Add. Okay, where does that belong? It's definitely an addition word, right? Because it says add. So I'm going to write add on that first line. Okay, the next one says addition fact. Addition fact. It says addition right in it, so that is, again, addition words, okay? So go ahead and put that here, and we're going to try to get it on this line. It's okay if you have to go outside the circle a bit. In fact, I'm actually going to start way over here, right at the middle of my book, because I don't want to run into the other circle. Okay, if you need more time, pause it. Remember, all of our words are right here in your yellow box on your paper, so you don't need to be looking at the screen to be able to write that down. Okay, the next word is difference. Okay, difference, is that an addition word or a subtraction word? It's a subtraction word, okay? It's the missing part that we're looking for, or how two numbers are different. Okay. Difference. If you need more time, make sure you pause. You can use your yellow box on your page to know how to write these words. Okay, let's look at the next word. It says subtract. Subtract. Where does that belong? Subtraction words, of course, because it says subtract right there in it. Okay, so we're going to put subtract. Pause if you need more time to write. Okay, the next word is subtraction fact. And again, it tells us right there where it belongs. It is a subtraction word or subtraction phrase. So we're going to put subtraction fact. And again, it's okay if you go out of the box or the circle. And last word we have on this list is sum. Okay, where does that belong? Addition words. Okay, the sum is the whole when we're doing an addition problem. Okay. Okay. So number 1, you get to write your own addition fact. Go ahead and write your own addition fact. Okay, if you're doing addition, you're going to be using a plus, right? So you pick which number is first, you pick which number is second, and then find that whole. And number 2, what is the sum? The sum is going to be your whole number, okay? So that is the sum. Number 3, write a subtraction fact. So again, you're going to pick which numbers. What's your starting number? We're going to minus another number. So what are you starting with? What are you subtracting? And then what is left? Okay. Number 4 says, what is the difference? Okay, so your difference should be that number which is left. So whatever number you have there is your difference and should go on that line. Just like the whole we found here was our sum. The part we have left is our difference. Okay? So hopefully that got your brain thinking about all the things that we need to be able to do. Okay, we're going to look at some of the other pages that are in here, just on these next few pages before we get into the lesson pages, okay? So those are the ones we just did. Next, we have a little bingo game. Okay, so it says to have 16 addition cards, and you could make your own, and 16 subtraction cards, 18 counters. You can either use the counters that you have from the school, or it could be little pieces of paper, pennies, anything you have that would work to fit on these pages, okay? And you decide who has which color, or you can mark paper with X's or O's. You could have different colors of paper. If you're using pennies, some people could use heads, some people could use tails. Okay, so you decide how you're going to show whose is what, and then you're going to follow the directions here to play along. Okay. The next page, we have the vocabulary cards for this chapter. We always have the word in English and in Spanish. And then on the back of those cards, we have some examples to help us out. Okay. Then we have another challenge game here, Make a Match. It's going to use some of those vocabulary words in the game. Okay. So make sure you are cutting up the vocabulary cards to be able to play that. And then the back of that, if it will load, let's see if we'll get that again. I don't know why that doesn't want to load. Let's see if I can do it this way. Well, there you go. Okay, this back one is a challenge math problem, okay? So see if you can respond and give your own thinking to that page. Okay, so those are the pages. It's a total of 4 pieces of paper out of your book. And then we're ready for the lesson pages for 5-1. Okay, and we're actually going to use those as well. Okay, so I hope that was a good little review for you and that you're excited to work more with fact families and how addition and subtraction are related and being able to tell the difference between them, and keep practicing the different strategies that we've been working on and keep stretching and growing our brains. Happy learning!